Hello, I'm Steve. This is Austin. And today we're going to try to tie up some things we've talked about already. We're going to tie up uh, categories. We're going to look at that one more time. We're going to look at subcategories one more time to make sure you got that right. We're going to look at how often you should post. We're going to just talk quickly about that because we've already done those types of things. But then we're going to look at the bigger picture, how this all ties in together to put you at the top. And we're talking about markets as this one, Chicago Bookkeeper, which surprisingly is not as quite as difficult as I would have imagined. The number of reviews are much lower than I would have expected uh, looking at this one, so it's kind of surprising. But if you're in a market like this, you can imagine how valuable it would be to the top of that, and we're going to show you how you can do that. Austin will start us off.
So we kind of went over the categories already. You want to try to max them out as much as possible. This one's pretty good. You have up to 9 subcategories. I try to get as many as possible. I don't know what they do, so I can't say if they're maxed out or not. But you also want to try to post as much as possible. Try to post every day of the week as you can. Like this is pretty good. 19 hours ago, hacked business consequences guide. Interesting. I wouldn't expect that from a bookkeeper. Um, See, they even post a few times a day, so you don't really need to do that much. But if you want to, it doesn't hurt. Um, Steve will talk about matching the categories to the site.
Okay, um, so Austin tied this in. So this is what we've kind of already been looking at with categories, subcategories, and we've talked about the posting, but we kind of wanted to remind you because now this all ties together with every category. So I'm just going to look at one that has a few here. Let's see, we'll come down a little bit. Okay, right here. We'll go to BM. Bookkeeping service. He's got accountant, accounting firm, certified public accountant, tax consultant, tax preparation service. So it looks like he probably is maxed out, everything he does, which is excellent. But so he'll be Google will favor him in all these categories, especially if nobody else is putting in for those categories. But to tie it all together, for each one of these categories and subcategories, you want to have a separate page on your website in the services section. And if you have hired somebody out to build your website, they're not going to know that. Most of the places they make pretty wonderful, exciting websites, but they're not set up for Google Business Profile. They're not set up for your success. They're set up to look very nice, which they do, but they don't do what they're supposed to do. So, so you need all these in your services section in a separate page, and that will take you from being towards the bottom of the list and will move you up to the top. And tying it in not only with the website, your Facebook posts. You want to tie in occasionally, my accounting firm today, just helped out a business and we saved them, you know, $50,000 for the year with this great uh, thing that we found. And that's not that uncommon among accounting firms when you're working with big companies to save them 50,000, 100,000. Get it pointed out. We're certified public accountants and we work right in your town. Those types of things. When you put those posts on Facebook, those help Google to believe that you are who you say you are. When you go to the doctor and you find out you've got something bad, you sometimes want a second opinion. Google wants their second opinion off of these categories and subcategories. And when you give them a second opinion and then a third opinion, now they're convinced, okay, this person does this and they're pretty good at it. We're going to have them rank high for it. It's not really complicated, but what we gave you today is worth a lot of money to a lot of businesses because going from low on the list, where it's hard to find, and moving way up the list towards the top, that's a huge difference in money. I know that a lot of bookkeepers watching this are towards the bottom, And that's because you're great at bookkeeping, but marketing has never been something you focused on. But it is something we focus on, and that's why we're here to help you. Simple things can make a huge difference. If you're getting no calls from Google Business Profile, you've got to pay attention to this. You'll go from no calls to, you can start getting quite a few calls per day just off of this. And each call for you is worth a lot of money. I mean, I know how much bookkeepers make, and it's a lot. You can charge a lot per month, and people are willing to pay it because in the long run you save them money. So um, keep track with us. Stay with us in these 100 days. Uh, we're going to be helping out with something different each day. And if you stay with us the 100 days, you will be an expert in your field in marketing as well as bookkeeping. So that's where you want to be. Right now, you're a good bookkeeper, but you're not getting the money because you're not getting the calls. You become a good marketer, you'll get the calls, and it'll make a big difference. We'll see you tomorrow.